All right, Kenny Smith, Total Force Holdings. The next bullet in our caliber war, or round, I should say, is another one that was uniquely designed for police service, and that is the 41 Magnum. Now, you have to look, we're talking about 1963 here. You really had two choices when it come to Magnum revolvers in the United States. That was the 357 Magnum, which was very much proving itself on the street. But if you wanted a little more power, you had to step up to a 44 Magnum, which I'm going to do tomorrow. We'll cover the 44 Special and the 44 Magnum. But nonetheless, the 44 Magnum is one hell of a powerful cartridge. I personally like it quite a bit. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, also, mind you, people have gotten bigger, okay, typically. So you look at the average height and weight of a person in the 60s versus, here we are in 2022. It's considerably larger. Now, I have a sizable amount of upper body strength, so handling a 44 Magnum, not a big deal for me. But with smaller people, that can become a bit more of an issue. So you've got people that want more power to 357, but don't really want the abuse and control issues of a 44. So you have three of the greatest minds in modern American pistol craft, and that would be Elmer Keith, Bill Jordan, and Skeeter Skelton. They worked with Norma, Remington, and Smith & Wesson to produce both a revolver and ammunition that would fall in between them. That would basically be the middle ground. And what ended up coming out was a 41 Magnum. So the way Elmer Keith originally designed it, you had a Magnum load, which was roughly 210 grain jagged hollow point at 1,1400 feet per second. So you're talking lower end 357 Magnum velocities, but with a considerably heavier bullets. This is pretty hot. And then you also had the police loading, which he considered a 41 Special, which was pushing a 200 grain wad cutter, 850, 950, somewhere in there. The Special version didn't stick around, but the Magnum one did. All right. Smith & Wesson actually produced two revolvers initially for it, the Model 57 and 58. To my knowledge, the double-action Smiths are kind of the gold standard of it. It's a pretty hot cartridge. I mean, now, you could find 240 grain bullets like the 44. They're pushing about 1250 or so. 265 is about as big as it gets. Buffalo Bore does one of them at 1350, which is freaking impressive. Typically, you're looking at about a 210 grain bullet, somewhere between 13 and 1550. So it's a pretty hot load, but this is where you started to see issues, and one of the reasons why I think that Smith didn't sell quite as many of them in the law enforcement market as they want. It is harder to control than a 357, and unlike a 357, it does require a large frame revolver like an end frame.